Hello viewers! Ever had that check engine light pop up and the car suddenly feels sluggish, drinks more gas or smells weird out of the tailpipe? There's a good chance your oxygen sensor's gone bad, and trust me, this tiny part can cause huge problems if you ignore it. So in this video, I'll show you exactly what an O sensor does, how to spot the symptoms of a bad one, and what you can do to fix it before it burns more fuel or worse, your catalytic converter. The oxygen probe, or O2 sensor, is basically your engine's air-fuel referee. It measures how much oxygen is left in the exhaust gases and sends that info to your car's computer, the ECU, which then adjusts fuel injection in real time to keep the mixture at that perfect balance. Not too rich, not too lean. Most cars have at least two sensors. One before the catalytic converter, called the upstream sensor, and one after it, called the downstream sensor. The first helps the engine run efficiently, and the second monitors how well the catalytic converter is doing its job. Before we move on, drop in the comments, have you ever replaced an O2 sensor yourself? Was it easy or a nightmare to reach? When the O2 sensor goes bad, it stops sending accurate data. The ECU is then basically flying blind, and the air-fuel mix starts going off balance. This causes all sorts of engine running issues that not only affect its performance and emissions, but it also hurts your wallet. But let's go through each of these symptoms in detail. For a start, if the oxygen probe goes bad, you'll probably see an illuminated check engine light on the dashboard. The thing is, the ECU is likely to notice if the signals coming from this sensor are off, and it will trigger this warning to tell you about the problem. But because the check engine light might be on for many things, you'll have to hook up the scan tool and check the stored codes. In case of a bad oxygen sensor, you might see some of these. A faulty oxygen sensor will, in most cases, affect fuel consumption and cause poor gas mileage. This is because the readings from this sensor are responsible for achieving optimum air-fuel mixture and consequent best possible performance. So if you have noticed that you have to fill up more often with gas than before, the oxygen sensor is one of the first things to check. Issues with the oxygen sensor will usually cause the engine to run rich, which effectively means it uses more fuel than it should. This excess gasoline will not get burned during the combustion process and will result in black smoke from the exhaust pipe. You will likely notice puffs of it when accelerating or driving on full throttle. The ECU in your car relies on the data from the oxygen sensor to adjust things like fuel injection, ignition, or timing. If these values are incorrect, this will consequently cause all sorts of engine running issues, affecting vehicle's performance in general. Symptoms you may experience range from rough idle to hesitation and juddering that appears while accelerating. In worst cases, a faulty oxygen sensor could cause the engine to misfire, which may damage it or the catalytic converter. And lastly, a faulty oxygen sensor will offset the air-fuel mixture from its optimum balance, meaning the car could fail its emission test. Of course, this can be caused by many other things, like a faulty catalytic converter or something similar. Still, you should never rule out the oxygen sensor itself. The best idea is to get the readings from the exhaust analyzing machine, as this can tell a lot and help you narrow down the problem. Now the question you're probably asking yourself, can I drive my car if the O2 sensor is bad? Well, I've seen so many times people having the check engine light on and saying, oh, it's just an oxygen probe, no big deal. But the fact is, it's not just an oxygen probe, because if you keep driving when it's bad, it doesn't just hurt performance, it can also do real damage over time. Running too rich dumps extra fuel into the exhaust, and that overheats the catalytic converter. And once it burns out, you're looking at a repair bill easily over $1,000. On the other hand, a bad oxygen sensor can cause the engine to run lean, meaning it's not getting enough fuel. This increases the combustion temperature inside the cylinders, which can cause the engine to misfire, overheat, or even fry the piston rings and valves. So that $50 sensor can actually protect thousands of dollars worth of components and your fuel budget. Also, the check engine light. It might be caused by a bad downstream oxygen probe. Sure, this will not affect the vehicle's performance or gas mileage, as all this sensor does is monitor the converter's effectiveness. But with the check engine light on, your car probably won't pass its inspection if there is one where you live. So how to tell if the oxygen probe is actually bad? Well, the best way to confirm this issue is with a scan tool. Most auto parts stores will even read the codes for free. Look for codes starting with P01 or P04. Then go into live data. A healthy upstream sensor voltage should constantly switch between about 0.1 and 0.9 volts. If it's stuck high, stuck low, or not switching at all, that sensor is not doing its job. The downstream sensor should give approximately 0.45 volts, and if you see voltage going up and down, the converter is probably short, and if it's constantly high or low, the probe is probably not working as it should. You can also visually inspect it. If it's black and sooty or covered in white deposits, it's likely fouled. But remember, sometimes the sensor's fine, it's just reporting a bigger issue like a vacuum leak or bad fuel injector. In fact, if you want to dive deeper into oxygen probe diagnostics, we have a detailed video on this topic where you can find out how this can be done using a scan tool or a multimeter. If you've done the tests and concluded the oxygen probe is not doing its job properly, you could try cleaning it. Many times, the problem is carbon buildup on the probe's tip, which prevents it from giving accurate readings. There are two ways of doing this. One is to use a fuel additive, which you'll pour into the gas tank, and it will gradually dissolve carbon buildups inside the engine and on the sensors as you drive along. The other, much faster method involves spraying carb cleaner into the intake while the engine is running. Both these approaches are shown step by step in this video, and they can help you bring that dirty oxygen probe back to life. But if the cleaning doesn't yield results, you'll have to replace the sensor. This usually is a straightforward job. Spray some penetrating oil on the threads first, because they can seize up from the heat. Use a proper wrench or O2 sensor socket to remove it, and always match the replacement part number exactly. Once you've installed a new sensor, clear the codes, then take the car for a test drive so the ECU can relearn the new readings. And one pro tip, never put anti-seize on the threads unless the manufacturer specifically includes it. It can affect the grounding and sensor performance. So that's the full story on oxygen sensors. What they do, how they fail, and how to fix them the right way. Don't let this little sensor turn into a big repair. Catch it early, and your engine, fuel mileage, and wallet will thank you. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more straight-up mechanic how-tos. Bye!